welcome to Live Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Mike.
And I am Karen. Today we are looking at day 1 of Not Just Cute, the truth about animal behavior. Now, first of all, I like to say that, I'm an animal lover. How about you, Mike?
I love all animals except bugs that are on my food or near my face.
Really?
But most other animals are okay with me. Yes.
All right, so you find animals adorable, they're cute, just like pandas and dogs and cats, right?
I like animals that are cute. I also like animals that are interesting, and I accept that animals are not always going to be cute. Some of them are really, really ugly. If you want to look up a lumpfish or a red-lipped batfish, for example, they're interesting looking animals. And then there's eels and slugs and things like that, But I do like watching their behavior. You can learn a lot about animals by how they behave, right? They don't talk. They can't, explain to you how they're feeling. So you have to look at what they do and how they move and how they interact. That means how they act around each other, and you can learn a lot about what they're thinking and feeling.
That's right. So, when I look at animals, for example, like my cat, sometimes I go home and then she was just kind of lie down and showing me her belly. And I would just think that, she probably just wants a belly rub and then she wants to welcome me home, right? I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think that does make sense.
She didn't say it, but I think that's what it means.
That is a pretty good message that she's sending to you, yes. But then sometimes your cat will want to fight with you, your cat will hiss at you, your cat will run around the apartment in the middle of the night for some reason, which is very strange. Now, of course, all of these different behaviors mean things, and if you know the animal, you understand what it's trying to tell you. But other times, especially with wild animals, they do things, they behave, and we might think the animal is friendly, just like your cat showing its stomach, waiting to play. But with wild animals, maybe not. Maybe they're not being friendly. They look cute, but maybe they're actually trying to tell you, leave me alone. And that's a different kind of behavior with a different kind of animal.
I guess you might be right. I really don't understand too much about their behavior because sometimes they just look cute.
Exactly. But if your cat wants a scratch when he shows you your belly, it might be dangerous to think that the tiger wants a scratch if he is showing you his belly as well. Might not be the same message.
You are absolutely right, but that's okay. We're going to learn more about animal behavior in our article today.
I can't wait. People love sharing videos of animals online, especially when they appear to be doing something sweet or funny. However, scientists who study animal behavior point out that we often mistake the reasons for these actions. An animal might look happy or friendly even when it is actually feeling something different. When red pandas feel threatened by a predator, they stand up on their back legs and raise their front paws high in the air.
So we're looking at day 1 of Not Just Cute, the truth about animal behavior. I can't wait.
Yes, that's a very good title because, of course, we should realize that animals behave or act in very different ways when they are feeling different things, and it might look cute, but it might not actually be cute. So it's important to know about the animal. Now, I love to watch animals in the wild, go to the zoo, watch shows on television, nature programs, and you can learn a lot. But of course, a lot of people don't do that. They might see animals in other ways. And that's kind of where we start with our article. It says people love sharing videos of animals online, especially when they appear to be doing something sweet or funny. Yes, absolutely. Those videos are wonderful. They're very cute. They can cheer you up when you're having a bad day. But of course, these online videos, these TikToks of cute animals, it's interesting, it's entertaining, it's cute, but it's not exactly meant to educate you, to teach you things. It's meant to make you go, "Aww," and then share it with your friends. So that is an important thing to remember when watching animals in these short online videos.
That's right. And I love watching these videos because they always look so cute and funny.
They mostly do, yes.
Okay, let's continue with our article. However, scientists who study animal behavior point out that we often mistake the reasons for these actions. Oh, okay. So we have people who study the animal behavior with scientists. So scientist, that is a noun. A scientist basically is an expert who systematically gathers and tests evidence to understand how the natural world works. They study fields like biology, chemistry, or physics to solve problems and make new discoveries. Now, an example sentence would be, the scientist explained the experiment to the students.
All right. So yes, scientists do science. Hey, what a surprise. Back to our article. It says, in reality, an animal might look happy or friendly even when it is actually feeling something different. So what you see from the animal might look cute or friendly, but maybe the animal is feeling a much different emotion. It's not trying to be cute. It might not even be in a good mood, but to our human eyes and our human brain, we are seeing something that may not be the actual thing that's going on. So you need to be careful. All right, let's go over to Hanny. She's got a lot of good stuff to tell us, and then we'll be right back.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。大家都喜欢在网络上分享动物影片，尤其当他们看起来正在做一些很可爱或很有趣的动作。不过，研究动物行为的科学家指出，我们往往误解了这些行为背后的原因。Scientist 这个名词就表示科学家。那这边有两个重点，第一个是 appear 当连缀动词，它表示看起来、显得或是似乎。我们来看看常见的句型，第一种是 appear to 加原形动词，例如 Everyone appeared to have a good time at the party. 大家似乎在派对上玩得很开心。第二个句型 appear to be 再加形容词或名词，那 to be 可以省略。例如 She appeared annoyed by the questions. 她似乎被那些问题弄得很烦。第二个重点是 mistake 当动词，它表示误解、误认。三态是 mistake, mistook, mistaken。常见的用法是用 mistake somebody or something for 再加 somebody or something 去表达把什么误认为什么。那可以用被动式 be mistaken for somebody or something。例如 Anna used to be mistaken for her twin sister all the time. Anna 以前老是被误认成她的双胞胎姐姐。好，接回课文中。
All right, so animals are cute, yes, but they are not always cute, and sometimes when they look their cutest, they may be having a different feeling or a different emotion. Here's a great example, red pandas. I think a lot of people have seen cute pictures and memes and videos of these little animals. I think they're actually more like a raccoon or something.
They kind of look more like a raccoon.
That's right, but they have the markings, they have this sort of colorful fur, kind of like a panda, and yes, they are super cute.
They are.
But are they always super cute?
I would say so. Well, let's read on and find out. Okay, so it says, when red pandas feel threatened by a predator, they stand up on their back legs and raise their front paws high in the air.
Oh, aren't they cute? I've seen that video or pictures like it.
So that means they feel threatened, not because they just want to show you a little cute dance.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to make friends. They're trying to scare away danger. As it says there, when they are threatened by a predator. A predator is a hunting animal that is chasing another animal to catch it and eat it. This is a big danger. And when you threaten someone, you are basically promising them danger. You're like, I'm going to do something bad to you. Or if there's a person near you who looks like they could hurt you, that person is threatening you. You feel threatened. So that's how we would describe our feeling. And the verb of sort of acting in a mean way and making a person think that danger is coming their way, that is to threaten someone. Of course, people can threaten others. I'm gonna get you. But you can also get danger from other places. As it says, pollution can threaten animals that live in the sea. It could be a danger to it. And of course, we often read headlines like a typhoon is threatening the country in the next few days. It could bring a lot of danger to that place.
That is right. Okay, well, how about let's go over to Hanny first, and we will be right back.
Let's give Hanny our best scared panda, red panda. See how scared she looks.
好，课文提到，当小猫熊、红毛熊感受到掠食者的威胁时，它们会用后腿站立，并将前掌高高举起。那么 threaten 这个动词就表示威胁、恐吓或是危及。它的过去分词 threatened 可以当形容词，形容受到威胁的。它的现在分词 threatening 可以当形容词，形容具威胁性的。Mike 老师刚刚提到，小猫熊外观像浣熊 ，raccoon 就是指浣熊。这话课文中。
Thank you, Henny. And now we are back. Okay, so far from our article, we know that sometimes animals might look cute, but it might mean a different thing, you know? They might be sending a different message, but we just don't understand it or we misinterpret it, right?
That's exactly right. That red panda that looks so cute is actually really, really scared that you or whoever is going to eat it. So in the same way it might do that when you take a picture, it also might do that when a wolf is coming to eat it or something like that. It's not trying to be cute. It's trying to save its life. We'll find out more about this interesting cute but not cute behavior right after the break. To humans, this looks like the red panda wants a hug or is waving hello. And as a result, videos and memes that show this behavior have become widely popular online. Most people find the pose cute without realizing what it actually means. In fact, red pandas do this only when they sense danger nearby. By standing tall and spreading their sharp claws, they try to appear much bigger and more threatening than they really are. This helps them scare away possible dangers. Even though it looks charming on the internet, for the red panda, it is simply a survival strategy.
Okay, well, let's continue with our article. So it says, to humans, this looks like the red panda wants a hug or is waving hello. And as a result, videos and memes that show this behavior have become widely popular online. And I can understand why, because when we humans want to hug somebody, this is exactly what we do, right?
Exactly right.
Go like this and show our arms nice and open, and then you want to give your friend a nice warm hug. Okay, we are looking at this word here, hug. So it can be a noun or a verb. So as a noun, a hug is the action of wrapping your arms around someone or something and holding them tightly, usually to show love, comfort, or affection. Now, as a verb, to wrap your arms around someone or something to hold them tightly. Now, an example sentence would be, I gave my friend a big hug to say goodbye at the airport.
Of course, you can also say, I hugged my friend to say goodbye, because as you said, it's a noun and a verb. So there you go. Yes, we hug. We might stand with our arms like that. Hey, I haven't seen you in so long. Isn't that nice? And as it says, most people find the pose, the red panda's pose like that, most people find the pose cute without realizing what it actually means. Yes, it actually means the panda is feeling quite scared at that moment. Imagine if you went over to your house and your friend ran at you waving knives around and you're like, what are you doing? And they say, oh, this is my way of hugging you. It would be a strange message to receive. So there you go. The panda is not always excited to see you. It might actually want to run away. Let's find out more from Hanny and then we'll be back to learn more about how not to scare red pandas.
对人类来说，小猫熊用后腿站立，把前掌高高举起来，看起来好像是要拥抱或是挥手打招呼。大家都觉得这姿势很可爱，可是却没有意识到它真正代表的意思。好，单字 hug。 Hug 可以当名词或动词表达拥抱。那我们继续回到课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. And now we are back. Okay, let's go back to our article. So now it says, in fact, red pandas do this only when they sense danger nearby. By standing tall and spreading their sharp claws, they try to appear much bigger and more threatening than they really are. And I think that is true. When animals try to make themselves look bigger, that just means that they're trying to scare something away. They're trying to look scary. They're trying to look like they're dangerous, right?
Exactly right. And sometimes it really works. I mean, if you go near a cat and it turns its body sideways, arches its back, makes its fur stand up, and goes, you're going to get the feeling that it doesn't want to be touched. But when it's a red panda standing up like it loves you, that can be confusing. But yes, in the animal world, this makes it look bigger and scarier. And as the article says, this helps them scare away possible dangers. So you can imagine if it's a snake or a smaller animal trying to bite that red panda, it might suddenly be scared to see this little panda suddenly get much taller, and it might scare them away, even though it looks charming on the internet for humans. For the red panda, it is simply a survival strategy. Now that's of course interesting to know, but it also should make us think if we see a red panda, going near it might scare that animal and make it think it's about to die. And is that really worth doing just to get a cute picture to frighten the animal so much? And if it does, you're not a very charming person, I would say. In some ways, charming just means you have a lot of charisma, you're very kind, you're very nice, you're very interesting. When people meet you, they like to spend time with you. If you meet someone charming, you might have just talked to them for 10 minutes and you walk away going, what a great person that was. Really interesting. I really enjoyed, learning about them, getting to know them, that kind of thing. It's attractive in some kind of way. And of course, places can be charming too. If we describe a place as charming, it's beautiful, it's lovely. It might be kind of cute in a special way, but it certainly does attract us and appeal to us. It's something we just like. For example, there are many charming little towns by the sea.
And we're also looking at this word here, strategy, because we talked about how the red pandas, that's their survival strategy. Okay, so what does it mean by strategy? That's a noun. So a strategy is a carefully designed plan or method created to achieve a specific goal. It answers the how and where you will focus your efforts to succeed. Now, an example sentence would be, I am trying to find the right strategy to win the game. So they're trying to use a strategy trying to survive in the wild because there might be other animals or they might be really scared because the humans are near them. So they're trying to survive, so they have to stand up nice and tall and try to scare the humans away, right?
Yep, that's their strategy, that's their plan, that's how they want to not be eaten. So that's a good strategy because if you get eaten, well, it's game over. All right, so a good strategy for learning more about English is listening to everything Hanny has to say. So let's listen up.
事实上，小猫熊只有在察觉附近有危险时才会做出这样的动作，目的是要让自己看起来更高大、更具威胁性，借此来吓跑潜在的威胁。虽然从我们的角度来看很讨喜，但是对小猫熊而言，这是一种求生策略。好，单字 charming 它是形容迷人的、讨喜的。Mike 老师在解释单字时提到 charisma。这个名词则表示超凡的个人魅力或是领袖气质。Strategy 名词它表示策略、战略。那我们最后来看一个重点，今天的课文有用到 actually 和 in fact， 然后第二天的课文还会出现 in reality。那我们就来比较这三个用法 actually、in fact 跟 in reality， 这三者的意思相近，但是语气跟使用情境有所差别。首先第一个 actually， 它表示其实、实际上，这个语气是最口语、用法最广泛的，可以用来纠正错误、补充说明或是表达转折，也常常用来委婉提出不同意见，这个语感是比较自然轻松的。例如The math problem seemed easy, but actually it was quite tricky. 这道数学题看起来很简单，但实际上还蛮刁钻的。 第二个看到 in fact， 它表示事实上其实，是用来补充说明或是加强真实情况，可以是对前面叙述内容进一步确认，也可以带出出乎意料或对比性的资讯。例如 We know each other. In fact, we went to the same junior high school. 我们认识彼此哦，事实上我们念的是同一所国中。第三个，我们来看看 in reality， 它表示实际上、事实上，这着重在对比表面印象跟真实情况，常常用来修正误解，语气是比较强调说真相跟外表的不同。例如 Being a YouTuber may look like fun and games, but in reality, it requires a lot of time, effort, and creativity. 当 YouTuber 看起来可能只是在玩乐，但实际上这需要投入大量的时间、精力和创意。那我们接着课文中。
Thank you, Hanny. And now we are back. Okay, so from our article today, it's great to learn about the red pandas and their behavior and how oftentimes we misinterpret what the message they're trying to send, right? They're not just trying to look cute and give us a hug. They actually, stand up tall and wave their paws because they sense danger.
Absolutely. And that was a great example since a lot of us have seen red pandas on the internet standing in that cute position. So it is a thing. I think a lot of people don't quite have the right idea about what is going on. Tomorrow, we will be back with more on this interesting topic and with another popular internet animal, the penguin, and how when it is giving lovely little love gifts to its partner, it might actually not be so romantic. So we'll learn about that tomorrow. Should be interesting. See you then.
See you guys next time.
Bye-bye. People love sharing videos of animals online, especially when they appear to be doing something sweet or funny. However, scientists who study animal behavior point out that we often mistake the reasons for these actions. An animal might look happy or friendly even when it is actually feeling something different. When red pandas feel threatened by a predator, they stand up on their back legs and raise their front paws high in the air. To humans, this looks like the red panda wants a hug or is waving hello, and as a result, videos and memes that show this behavior have become widely popular online. Most people find the pose cute without realizing what it actually means. In fact, red pandas do this only when they sense danger nearby. By standing tall and spreading their sharp claws, they try to appear much bigger and more threatening than they really are. This helps them scare away possible dangers. Even though it looks charming on the internet, for the red panda, it is simply a survival strategy.
最后我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 scientist 名词表示科学家， threaten 动词表示威胁、恐吓或危及， hug 可以当名词或动词表示拥抱， charming 是形容迷人的、讨喜的， strategy 名词表示策略、战略。文法的部分，第一个学到 appear 当连缀动词表示看起来、显得、似乎，第二个学到 mistake 当动词，它有误解、误认的意思。第三个我们学到 actually, in fact 跟 in reality 的比较。那首先 actually 它表示其实、实际上，语气最口语，用法最广泛。第二个学到 in fact， 它表示事实上、其实，是用来补充说明或加强真实情况。第三个学到 in reality， 它表示实际上、事实上，着重在对比这个表面印象跟真实情况。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Welcome to Which One Fits, the game where we tackle confusing English words.
Let's get right into it.
Today we're going to sort out the difference between quiet and silent.
Before we jump in, let's see how this game works.
In Which One Fits, we'll read a sentence with a blank, and you have to choose between quiet and silent.
So join us and challenge your English intuition.
All right, first sentence. The street was blank with only a few cars passing by. Which one fits?
Well, I'm pretty sure that should be quiet.
You got it. Quiet means there is very little noise. Next sentence. Once all the guests had gone home, the party venue became blank. Which one fits?
I think it's silent.
Correct again. Silent means there is no sound at all. Nice work. You did really well. All right, let's break it down clearly.
First, quiet is an adjective that describes a low level of noise, but not complete silence. For example, the library was quiet with people occasionally talking under their breath.
It can also be used to describe someone who doesn't talk much. For example, she is a quiet person who rarely speaks up in groups.
On the other hand, silent is an adjective that refers to a complete lack of sound. For example, the house fell silent after everyone went to bed.
It's also often used to highlight a sudden shift into stillness. For example, the audience went silent as the performance was about to begin.
A simple way to remember it: quiet is low sound, while silent is no sound at all.
Exactly. Once you get the difference, it's easy to choose the right word.
And you can use both in one sentence. The classroom was quiet during the lesson, but silent after everyone left.
So you'll know whether to use quiet or silent depending on whether there is any noise.
Right. And now you'll never mix them up again.
Until next time, stay curious.
Bye-bye.